Kiwi, and welcome back to a new episode of Hades 2. Today we are going to be taking the aspect of Momus, which the way it works is you charge up your Omega anything, and it will fire up to 3 times in rapid succession, except rapid succession really means every 4 seconds. It feels really weak at rank 1, but we're going to play with it, we'll see how it goes, and we'll certainly be building around our Omega abilities. We're going to take Vow of Rivals too, and we need to do Overworld for the staff. We're already up to a requirement of 8 Testament. This is going to be a rough run for a base level Momus. We'll take that. We need 2 more, so we'll take that, and there we are. So we're doing our first ever 8 Fear run on the Overworld with a rather underwhelming weapon. I honestly, forgive me for this, I am going to rank it up once. I feel like we should at least have 1 rank on it. It only saves half a second. But show me your true strength. Let's at least have a little bit more going for us. That's the extent of what I'm willing to do. All right, here we go. Wish us luck. We are going to be taking Poseidon's keepsake and looking for his gain first, if we can, because I feel like that will give us the most consistent magic regeneration out of anything for this much Omega spam.
Surrender to us, Heath. You must have heard you helped deliver him. If there remains a mess that must be cleaned, I cannot follow what you ramble all about, but if you simply need my boons, then here.
I need your boons, Poseidon, and flood gain. Okay, perfect. We'll rarefy that, and we're going to try and get probably 2 or 3 palm levels on it, and then we will have infinite magic. That's basically how this works. Objectively speaking, there are better boons to gain from Poseidon than this, but I need to take what I can get early on. I feel like the biggest issue with Momus right now is I'm going to forget to use my Omega cast, because I always forget to use my Omega cast. But like, it feels pretty underwhelming, you can see, because it's really not firing that rapidly. It'll be good for boss. Oh, you know what? Actually, Selene is amazing for this run, because we are going to be burning through magic so fast. But really the issue with the Momus right now is it just does not fire quickly enough. And even at max rank, I might not make the argument that it still fires too slow, frankly. There's maybe a run where we end up taking magic Silver Wheel as well, just to max out our magic as much as possible. But honestly, if actually no, that seems silly, because when I think about it objectively, we're going to be getting palms on the cast as soon as we can, or on the magic gain, so it's not worth it.
Lend me your light.
You have surpassed each of the 2 initial obstacles posed by the Vow of Rivals, thus have gained insight with which you may induce still greater fear using this vow. I shall be watching, for you are prepared.
I really don't know which gods provide buffs to all of the Omega moves. I know that like there are specific ones, particularly around cast, and that'll be a good reason to have Poseidon, because if we get Ocean Swell, that will make our Omega cast do a ton of extra damage. Twilight Curse. A hex launches a seeking projectile that inflicts morph on up to 5 susceptible foes. This one always feels far more underwhelming than I'd like it to be, and I do think we're going to be hurting for damage on this run given the slow firing rate of Momus. So I'm going to take Lunar Ray here, even though it's only half moon phase. It will, if we can get a couple paths of stars going, it will offer a lot of extra DPS for us. There is Ares. He also does have an Omega cast benefiting boon. I think, let's see, who would benefit us the most in this situation? Hestia on the cast would be cool. Ares on the Omega cast, Poseidon on the Omega cast, Apollo on the Omega cast. They all have Omega cast benefiting boons. I think that's the route we're going to take. We'll take all 4 gods, lock in the free HP and the Medea, and we'll call it good. I don't think I'm going to need max magic if we get any levels of palm on the magic gain. So let's see. I think out of everyone, where would I want these boons to end up? I think Ares on the attack would be decent. Apollo on the attack would be even better though. So I think we'll go for Apollo's attack, therefore Ares special, Hestia's cast. Yeah, all right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go for Apollo first, because basically any of Apollo's core boons are good here. Dash, maybe not cast, but dash, attack, or special are all super decent here.
I heard the tidings of your victory, but knew this wasn't over. Always more to be done. Now, come on.
All right, a race to gold.
Keep if you like.
I do not think I'm going to out DPS him, unfortunately. At least it's really just a matter of getting as much gold as I can. But like, here's the issue with Momus is the fact that I simply just do not have a very fast DPS in any capacity. Oh well. It will hopefully scale decently well, and if we get the marks put on enemies that do not have a lot of HP, all the better for us. Use my cast defensively there at the last second. I think that explosion would have hit us otherwise. It does look like if we are in the AoE of Heracles' attacks, we do get stunned, interestingly enough.
When ultimate
Momus first told me your tale, I figured it was just one of her pranks. Taking on the Titan yourself, come on. But it did sound like something a vengeful child of Hades might attempt.
The vengeful childs of Hades are very known for doing silly things. Okay, I honestly would really stand to benefit from an attack or special boon from him, so I will reroll here once.
Let's do it.
Only the special will take it, so we've got the special, 60% more damage and bigger AoE is fine.
They said the war was finally drawing to a close. Somebody must have forgotten to notify those we slaughtered.
We need them here for the time being anyhow. Has Olympus informed you of the nature of the next phase of our plan?
Turns out dead people are not good at listening to current events.
I got the gist. We fight on. Nothing changes. Never has before, so why would it now?
He sounds so jaded.
What are you talking about? A lot's changed. Olympus is no longer in danger. The House of Hades is restored.
Only until the next Hades, although I have a feeling Supergiant Games is very pleased with Hades 2, and I imagine they're going to want to do something different. They've definitely cashed in their cash cow, and I really do look forward to what next game they come out with. And we are absolutely going to go back into the past to play the other games at some point on this channel, all 3 of them, assuming there are only 3. I know Bastion, Transistor, and Pyre.
The way it always was.
The way it always was, indeed. All right, free coin, and then nothing else to gain here. So let us, actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and give you a gift. We have not actually gotten your keepsake yet, have we?
Great son of Zeus, I offer you this gift of nectar, that it may quench your thirst as you labor for the gods. They must be grateful for your might.
I'm gonna start prioritizing the characters that are harder to come by. So Heracles, Artemis, Dionysus, Athena, and Icarus, because they are very sporadic and they're showing up. So I'm gonna try and give them nectar every time I see them going forward, so that we can start getting that story progression with them.
Saves me having to find another bottle for when next I have to prove my fealty. Here, something for your trouble.
The Lion's Fang.
Here.
No trouble at all, thank you.
This is a fun keepsake, but not one I'm going to use frequently. It basically gives us a whole lot of damage, but loses that damage every room we complete. So initially it's very strong, and the longer we use it, the weaker it becomes. All right, let's see. Who do I benefit from next? I really want to save slots for
What's left of
Hestia to make sure she ends up on the cast. So I think we take Ares now and put him on the attack, I suppose. Do I want Medea here? I feel like Medea is another one where like we don't see her as often, so I will go for her, I think.
Maltings. Moly. I salute your great achievement.
Thank you.
Moonlight guide you, milady.
My greetings in kind.
Milady.
Fear nothing, sorceress. At least not from me here. Beyond the city gates, I shall be testing your resolve whenever you speak the vows. But in this pharmacy, as I call it, I merely test the potency of my concoctions and the like.
I love that she's making poisons and curses and calls it a pharmacy. That's hilarious.
But you fought against me with such rancor, Lady Medea. If there is some bad blood between us, I would like to know the cause.
No bad blood, just a child of chaos like the rest of us.
Perish the very thought. I merely wish for you to not let down your guard with anyone. And besides, there's no bad blood for those of our predilection. All blood has its uses.
Oh, that's a concerning statement. All right, after a foe joins the encounter, it loses 50% of any armor it has. After a foe is slain, it has 20% chance to drop 10 HP per location. Gaining max magic on its own doesn't sound that incredible since we're building around flood gain. It's still not a bad idea for the early game, but 50% less armor sounds incredible. It's gonna be one of these two, I think. I'm not really that enticed by the 10 HP. Granted, it will give us a lot of sustain. I think there's a decent chance we do not get palms on the magic gain, so I'm probably gonna lean towards the magic. Let's go for it.
So it shall be.
We should be, especially if we get a chaos boon that gives some magic, I think our magic situation should be more than well covered.
The barrier's lost some of its strength.
Right, let's see. Poseidon, I think I'll save for a little bit more time. Let's go ahead and take our first Ares boon. So we've got Ares over there, HP, and Hestia. So let's grab this Ares boon. I don't think I want his dash. I'd be okay with his attack as lackluster as it is overall. Don't want his cast. So yeah, I think we'll take his attack, I suppose. Trying to think if there are any other things that would be decent here from Ares. His gain would be actually pretty funny. I could see his gain working if we got a bunch of ways to generate plasma.
You shouldn't have crossed me.
It is quite common to experience mixed emotions at the outcome of a war, and to have been denied a violent resolution to our plight. Although from what I gather, there is violence still to come.
Ares is miffed that he didn't get to fight more. what a lamer. Cut above, your Omega moves also cause a falling blade to appear over each foe struck, but use 5 extra magic. Honestly, that's epic tier, and that's really strong for us. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. Honestly, you know, that makes me think. Fine line, and we could go save a slot for Hera and go fine line, I guess. He does have a duo with Poseidon that makes it drop twice, actually, which would be pretty funny. But we've got Apollo, Ares, and Poseidon, so really it's just a matter of do we take the Hestia room then, I guess. Like, I was going to take her cast because it will do incredibly good damage for us, as well as,
Ew.
That's rude. Just see someone and say ew to their face immediately. I think that's incredibly rude, Mel, even if they are gross. Okay, a nectar. Excellent. Oh, did I for a moment I'm like, did I forget to give nectar to? I forgot to give nectar to Medea. I did. Darn it. I'm like, I didn't forget Heracles, so I guess I got everyone, but I totally blanked on Medea. Oh well, it's fine. She of the harder to find characters, she is the least hard to find because we know where her room is at all times when she's gonna show up here. I honestly wonder if I reroll Hestia now. I'm kind of talking myself into it. Let's go for the HP here. I'll think about it. Oh, hey, Artemis. Fancy seeing you here. Our Omega cast takes a lot of magic, actually. Now, the question is, does each hit of Momus trigger this, or is it only the first one?
You got it.
Hard to tell. Here, let's just do this. 1, so there's the first blade. Does it happen again? No, we'll never find out because I think it does, actually. Okay, so Momus will work really well with Fine Line and Cut Above. Interesting. Okay, good to know.
A centaur heart.
Back to
All right.
work, are we?
Gift first, then talk. Lesson learned.
You do know we have barrels of this stuff up on Olympus, right? Used to, at least. Damn near forgotten what it tastes like, come to think.
Well, let's have a drink.
May the good memories come flooding back. Whenever you have the time for it, of course.
Alrighty. Artemis, what are you gonna give
The
us?
deed is done, or should I say the task is finally complete. But you're right back to work.
I think she has a boon that gives us crit chance on Omega abilities if we dash recently. That would be really good here.
Call it a habit or an opportunity to check up on some things. And thank you, Artemis. I won't forget the flight of the Silver Sisters.
Apollo just had to come along, though I won't soon forget it either. Not felt a victory like that in ages. Wait, why are we still fighting?
Why don't we just call him an honorary Silver Sister? Although he's more of he's a golden boy because he's a golden son sort of character, but he's an honorary Silver Sister.
To destroy every last trace of the threat we faced, apparently. So I still need you around as much as ever.
He's got the voice and the luxurious hair, so I think it works.
You mean we get to keep this up, and I will have as much target practice as I want? Well, okay.
Let's see what we get. Killing Stroke. Your specials may deal critical damage, but do prime 40 magic. Deathborn. A random foe becomes marked and takes critical damage. I am 18 seconds between crit is kind of lame. Vital Saints. Foes with at least 80% HP or armor may take crit damage. I think we'll just take Deathborn. It's really not that good from the way it's described to me, but guaranteed crit is nice. And maybe it's not just for one hit. I assume it is. But it's a fated choice, so we'll take it anyway.
My mark be with you.
Not to mention the fact that it does give us an Earth Infusion, and Ares' Earth Infusion gives us a lot of extra damage, I believe. I know I'm mixing it up with Hephaestus's Infusion, which definitely gives us a ton of damage. It was called, what, Martial Prowess, I believe? But it's fine. We'll figure it out. All right, let us see. We get 2 more rooms. I'm glad we got Artemis here. That was really nice of her to show up.
What else is here?
I feel like Poseidon offers a lot in terms of secondary boons, but not a lot in the way of primary boons here. We've got Ares, we've got... I'm gonna roll Hestia. I'm honestly gonna roll, I have an idea. Apollo, honestly, we'll take it. Mini boss tier Apollo, we can set ourselves up for his legendary. His legendary makes, I think, just the Omega attack and the Omega special hit twice, but even if it's just that, that's really good for our overall DPS. He blocked all of that. That is so, I hate enemies with guard mechanics, especially when I can't tell when they're using them. but you're not guarding this. Oh, you are. Oh my goodness. That's so annoying. Come on, please. Wow, I lost half my HP against this one enemy. Lame. Very lame.
You chose the wrong side.
All right. Let us take a quick peek. So we can open the Book of Shadows now and see what we need. So we already have a special. We need 1 Solar Ring, Blinding Rush, or Lucid Gain. And then we need one of his tier 2s as well. So I will very gladly take Blinding Rush here. It's low tier, but it's still exactly what it needs to be. The extra sprint speed in any capacity is phenomenal, and more importantly, we can apply daze, which just makes it a lot safer for us. This has been a very long Aphira, though, so we should be getting out of here. I think for our final room, we still lack a... I think I want Ares more than I want Poseidon on the attack, so we'll go this route. We've got our 4 gods. Actually, we've only got 3 gods locked in. We'll probably take Hera as our final god then. I probably should have rerouted my build to take the, I think it's the Sorceress, which slows down time whenever we're charging an Omega attack, or an Omega ability. Would have helped the run a lot, I think, here. I'm going to be very prone to taking unnecessary damage because I'm just sitting here charging forever. But it's fine. You know what we need? We need Hermes to show up and give us your Omega moves channel faster. That will help this run a lot.
In the name of Hades.
All right, there's his terrible base damage attack. 20% bonus damage with a every 3 seconds deal 50 base damage higher really kind of just underperforms horrendously. But let's consider from the perspective of what duos could we unlock here. Since we have access to this information, we may as well look at it. Let's see. We have a Hera. Let's see, what does this one do? Nope, not interested. Coffin Nail could be funny if we go Heffy, but not super interested in that. Arterial Spray is whatever since we don't have Splash. And then Cutting Edge. Your Falling Blades from Ares drop 1 extra time. That would actually be really good with Cut Above, actually. I guess this could help us figure out what other god we want. Coffin Nail is probably the one that sounds the most interesting. Your Falling Blades from Ares fall immediately and deal more damage. But it does actually look relatively unimpressive. Your Omega cast is stronger and follows you even as you start to channel it. Who's this? Demeter. Okay. I think I'm gonna go Demeter here. And that sounds fun. And Demeter will benefit our Omega attack, so we just need one of her core boons, which means we'd need to save room for her cast. Yeah, her cast, or her, yeah, we'll take the attack here. So we need Demeter's cast, basically, is the final conclusion of this run. And honestly, that's not a bad option for us, because since Momus is going to be constantly casting our cast, we'll always have freeze on anything that can be affected by freeze. So for our final room here, we have already taken our final room. Let's take our HP and head into... I almost said Sisyphus. They are big, burly men-looking characters, but there's definitely a clear difference between Sisyphus and Polyphemus. Actually, well, would you look at that? Hera showed up after all. Do I take her then?
Stirs within that murky deep.
I mean, again, we could get Fine Line. Let me read the details on Fine Line and her duo with Poseidon before I lock in that idea. Let's see.
What's a neck biter?
Let's see. Poseidon. Like, I'm pretty sure I remember they have a silly duo together. I should probably have looked at Hera. Hold on. Hera, 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 where are ya? There you are. There it is. Okay, it is all Omega moves. They do use 15 extra magic, though, but that should be fine. Again, if we can get any palms on Fluid Gain. And then, let's see what else. Ripple Effect. Here we are. Fine Line and Ocean Swell have a chance to fire 2 times. So it's a 30% chance. If we get Hermes' ability to increase chance, that would be kind of crazy too. I think...
What do we have in stock?
I think since Hera's here, let's take her. Let's take the palm. It hit Cut Above, which is not bad for our overall DPS. We'll take that.
We've a long-standing partnership with your good boatman there. I bring mortals into being and marry them off after a bit. He takes them yonder to your realm. Or used to, anyway.
Interesting. So Hera's apparently the god that brings mortals to life as well, and I did not know that. Alrighty, so there's Fine Line. It's not a high rarity, but any Fine Line is still fine by me, I suppose. Bridal Glow hitting something could be pretty busted here. I probably wanted to hit cut above the least. I think we'll sit on Bridal Glow and take Fine Line while it's here, because that is the core of our build right now.
Why am I unsurprised you're still here offering your wares, even with everything that's happened recently, my lord? You won't stop until the underworld's entirely restored.
He seems mad about, I'm going to assume Cronus's gold.
Not even then. Got it.
Okay, never mind. Charon stops for nothing. He'll smack you with that ore as hard as he can. Let's see. Your attacks hit twice but use 5 more magic. Your Omega special gains a power shot that deals 50 extra damage and restores 20 magic. Your specials bounce towards up to 2 foes, dealing 10% for more hit. And this does affect our Omega special. Since this is a fated choice, I'm going to take this, but Etheric Moonburst to restore magic would have been pretty solid too. All right, plus 2 foes hit by our Omega special sounds pretty busted, actually. Will work really well with Momus, I imagine.
Are you quite serious, Cyclops? The bodies of the dead ought not to be consumed. All sorts of diseases and the like.
I like Medea. She and Hestia would be a really funny power couple.
I'm telling you, they can be pretty good. Just gotta age them right. But anyways, we can pick up on that later. Got a warm one over there.
Polyphemus sharing his philosophies on what to consume and what not.
Lady Medea, I cannot believe the two of you are getting on like this. The Testament of Night requires that you form alliances with those who stand in our way.
I like that they're just becoming friends. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
We merely have a common interest, sorceress. The Cyclops yet stands in your way, so have at him. I'm here to make the night more foul at your own behest.
Yeah, we did kind of ask for this, so it's entirely our fault. I do have to remember that I did take way more damage than I strictly needed to. Oh, hello. That was a waste of a lunar ray, but it's fine. We are very much in a dropping turret sort of build. Oh gosh. I'm gonna go ahead and use lunar ray here just to kill what I can. I do think, honestly, let me see if Fine Line fires twice off the Omega attack here. It does, it works on cut above. It does not look like it affects Fine Line, unfortunately. So I guess it's only on the initial cast that it's affected, perhaps. That's still pretty solid, honestly. Fine Line's gonna do a ton of damage overall. And if nothing else, cut above is going to carry us in terms of damage. So I think the way I play this is I like that she draws a little star in the poison. I think the way I play this is I just drop all of my Omegas, and then, whoa, oh my goodness, I'm poisoned, hold on, whoa, there we go. I drop all my Omegas and then I just let them DPS while I Lunar Ray from a safe distance. Yeah, that's probably how we'll play this. That looks pretty strong, actually. I think I can see this sort of build being absurdly powerful. Cut above is going to save the run, honestly. It's just applying every time an Omega move hits, and we have 3 Omega moves firing off in rapid succession.
On such particularly fearsome nights, the Witch of Shadows is believed to haunt this awfully putrescent field, whilst conducting her profane experiments upon the dead.
So we have the Witch of the Crossroads, which is Hecate, the Witch of the Shadows, which is Medea. What is Circe? The Witch of Fun Animal Island Adventure?
Still feel a little nauseous after that.
Speaking of which, we really need to get Circe's staff. I really, really want to play that weapon. It's so fun. It's so strong. All right, who are we taking for keepsake? We got Hera. We need more Poseidon. There are 2 really important Poseidon boons that we need at this point. We need his duo with Hera, and we need Ocean Swell. So hopefully we get that. Oh wait, I'm dumb. I'm currently holding his keepsake. Oh my goodness, that's kind of embarrassing. Apollo's duo, or Apollo's legendary, I forgot. Okay, we're gonna take the Apollo keepsake and hope for more Apollo.
Good.
All right, on to, what is it? The Straits of...
This way.
Oh gosh, I'm blanking. Well, like I said in the last episode, my short-term memory is going to be abysmal, and my ability to remember names even more so due to, Straits of, Thessaly, there we go.
But all those ships out there are swift.
I am horrendously underslept at time of recording. Relatively speaking, far less underslept than the conclusion of the main story.
Are you lost, little one?
The coffee seems to have finally started to kick in because I'm feeling more awake. I feel less sluggish and less like, I don't want to move or function. I'm looking forward to today, Kiwi, because we are going to do some very powerful house cleaning and just make everything a little bit more organized, a little bit cleaner. Yesterday, you did an incredible job of organizing our tea collection. I think I mentioned in a previous episode, we have been crafting, casually, mind you, some tea cozies to hang metal containers of tea up on the wall rather than having them sit on a very over-encumbered shelf. And my goodness, has it made an absolute major improvement to the overall organization of our kitchen, and I am so excited. It's like levels. We have a spice drawer that we organize with like labeled jars of all of our spices. It is a very large cabinet, mind you, full of every spice we could possibly want to cook with, and then some. And it's got the same enjoyment for me here. All right, let's see. What do we want? I think as long as we take any of these boons, we're good for his legendary, I believe. Extra dose, supernova, backburner, or prominence flare. I think I will take supernova then. It's a bit of a shame to rarefy this, but that's fine. Your cast will be 50% larger now, which if we do get ocean swell means it's just going to be a giant, alarmingly giant AoE. I do feel like the designers of the overworld had a little bit of an obsession with the aestheticism of eyeballs on things, because Polyphemus has eyes painted on his chest. The boats have eyes on them. The what's his face? Typhon is full of eyes to the point where he will even have a boss that is an eye. Like, it really, I do get the sense that the overworld designers were very fond of eyes as an aesthetic, which power to them. If they enjoy it, go for it. Okay, it appears that Mark is bouncing to enemies over and over again. I maybe misunderstood how that boon works, and it's way better than I thought. Well, I'm not gonna complain about having Mark bounce to enemies and just obliterate their HP pool. I don't know, Kiwi. I'll have to read about how that one works, because it doesn't look like it plays the way I thought. We're getting another Apollo boon. There is a chance we could get his legendary right here and now, which would be incredible for the run. We'll see what we get. Gonna just start charging up Omegas. Okay, the Omega special bouncing is actually pretty cool. I like that. It does let us be able to spam our special pretty heavily. I don't think it's like the best. Like, there are probably boons other than Apollo's special that would benefit more from the ability for it to bounce. I'm trying to think who would work really well with that. Definitely Poseidon, because multi-hits on Poseidon are always great. If you had Arc Flash with Zeus, that would be pretty good for a Blitz special. No legendary. I'm not gonna re-roll here. Don't want Solar Ring. Let me confirm that we have everything we need for the legendary before I completely write it off. I don't think I waste a reroll here, because the odds of us seeing a legendary in a base level boon is not incredible. Because of how Momus works, Backburner might not be a bad option here, because we're going to constantly be kiting around our casts and other abilities, and so back attacks will be pretty easy. Yeah, I think we'll take that.
There.
And then we're getting a trial between Hera and Ares. Won't complain about that either. They offer boons. They definitely offer boons. You know what? Actually, Hera has extended family, which would be really strong here, so I definitely look forward to that. Ares is just Ares, man. It's unfortunate. It's just Ares. Proper upbringing. Well, you have at least 2 of every infusion. Minimum rarity is rare. That's pretty solid. It'll bump up our attack, special, and dash. Not to mention fine line. I think that is going to have more benefit to us immediately, and extended family we'll likely find again. Infusions are a bit rare, so we're definitely going to take proper upbringing here. That's really strong for us. Ares grew displeased.
Choice perhaps, but not without its violent repercussions.
It's okay, I can deal with violence, Ares. I have a very safe way of playing right now, which is very funny. Oh, well, I got hit. All right. The dash is absolutely helping us just evade all of the damage that we don't want to take here. Can we not be safe spotting? That's kind of lame, sir. I do need to be mindful that I really should try and prioritize using Omega Cast wherever possible. It's just I'm so prone to using my regular cast defensively that I don't think of many other options for that. All right, we are maybe getting a little bit more punished from Ares than I realized, than I anticipated. This is the sort of trial that seems to punish Omega moves being channeled, so I'll just play a little bit safer for a second, and we're fine.
I sense that no survivors of that clash remain save you. A fine outcome.
I suppose so. Sword Ring, I mean, I guess, whose cast would I want at this point? Because we have our 3 gods already. Honestly, maybe Sword Ring isn't bad here anymore because it's better than other options. Mutual Destruction would be funny, getting crits on things. Does Mutual Destruction scale with marked targets that are already getting crit? Like, will we be doing 9 times damage in that aspect, or would it be 6 times? Like, I'm curious. I'm actually a little concerningly curious. I think... All right, let's see. Objectively, Ares cast, Apollo's cast, Poseidon's cast, and Hera's cast. I think, honestly, of the 4, I think Ares actually has the best cast right now, so we'll take it.
Before the land was split, mortals would gather and create competitions for the glory of the gods. But now the gods themselves appear to fight over the few remaining scraps.
There's still enough for all of us, I think.
Them gods be hungry folk.
Hermes must be in the area.
If I wasn't, oh my goodness, look at the blushing turtle. He's so cute. If I wasn't on the cusp of being able to afford a boon, I probably would have taken that HP, but I'm going to hold out. We have 2 Death Defiances. We have the option of seeing Athena potentially. We could buy Death Defiances in the shop if I lose them.
I've got a shrimp.
I think there are too many ways to get Death Defiances on this run where, to the point where I don't think it's worth spending the gold.
This way.
Oh, wait, oh, for some reason I thought this was the shop. Hi, Cersei. All right, let's get some improv rap going.
Golden petals, spider silk, flower pollen, cattle milk.
Knit a quilt and have a sit. Drink your friend's flavored spit.
Dust and myrtle leaf. Hoof of pig and fur of hound. Brew a potion safe and sound.
Dig up dirt, create a mound. Dance in earth and be not found. I am witchy Mel of Hades too. And now I pass the rhyme to you. Kiwi, show me what you can do. Kiwi, if you are awake and listening to this, even if I am sleeping, you must bust a rhyme. It is just, you are legally obligated to bust a rhyme at this exact moment.
Where have you been for all these nights, Poppet? So many oddities took place, each stranger than the last. Those ghastly sailing ships out there all seem to lose their course for one. I know not what occurred.
Cersei, that's cool and all, but can I have your staff, please?
Kronos is defeated, madam, and I mean for good. That's likely why his forces have been notably disorganized, although they're not gone, and neither is he. Has Headmistress not communicated this?
Good heavens, why no! Unless, well, I can be very isolated here. Perchance I missed some message she relayed. Oh, so then you mean to tell me you're victorious?
That we are. Also, to answer the question from earlier in the episode, she is the Witch of Changing. Which makes sense, she does turn things into other things, but I only have I just think changing clothes. She'd probably get on well with with spider friend Ariadne.
Well, yes. What now remains is to ensure he'll not rise up against the gods again, ever. He or Typhon.
Oh my, this is... Oh, I must confer with our Lady Hecate at once. But first, please, quickly, make your choice.
All right, I want something funny. Give me something funny here. Drink in size so you move faster and dodge more. Your hex deals 30% more damage. Randomly draw an inactive arcana. This could, in theory, hit. No, we don't have it unlocked, so I don't think we can get it. I was thinking we could get Sorceress from this, but I don't actually know for certain. I don't think we've unlocked Sorceress yet, so we couldn't get it even if we wanted to. 30% more damage on the hex, plus whatever damage modifiers we get on the other thing would be pretty funny, but shrinking in size. These are both funny. I feel like I'm not going to use my hex much until we get Path of Stars, so I'm going to go World of Smaller Stature.
Now off with you.
Look how fast we are.
Oh.
I'm so tiny. I have a high-pitched voice because I'm small.
Nothing to see in there.
What if I just spent the rest of the episode talking like Mel is with the pitch-shifted voice now? That would be pretty funny. Or maybe it would get really tiresome really fast. I definitely could do it.
I think I'm not going to do it though. All right. Oh, another Apollo boon. Oh my goodness. Apollo saw what Zeus did in the last episode and is like, I want to try that. That sounds fun. Well, Zeus did give us his legendary Apollo, so keep that in mind. That you're now, if you're gonna show up this often, you're legally obligated to provide us your legendary, right? If Kiwi's legally obligated to bust a rhyme, you're legally obligated to give me what I want. You're both legally obligated to provide me the things that I want most. I forgot to give Cersei nectar. Oops.
Olympus, I accept
I am not good at this, Kiwi. Self-healing, perfect image, light smite. This is not an increased rarity room, so I think I take the infusion since self-healing sounds great.
I felt something.
I would really appreciate seeing Apollo's legendary this run, though. It would be so much fun. Or even a single duo just to like get the prophecy list going. I'd be happy with that. Not as happy. Okay, Apollo. Let's see if we get this palm to hit our magic first. It's our sprint, objectively the worst option. I was not paying attention to our gold. We had exactly enough coin, and I am very lucky that we had enough to get this. We do not get his legendary, but I will take Prominence Flare here because at least, I don't actually know if this works with Momus. I think it does not, but it will work for at least the base Omega attack or Mega cast, so I'll take it. I don't want to give up Ares attack here, I think. Honestly, Nova Strike isn't a bad option for this trade, but Prominence Flare it is. Let's lock out boons that he can offer in the hopes that we get his legendary.
One last stop.
I do believe that even if you like block out all of his boons, that doesn't guarantee you duos or legendaries.
See anything different about me, babe? Probably not. I haven't changed a bit. But you know what has is the adamant rail. I mean, just look at it.
It's the aspect of Lucifer. I know that weapon. It was my second favorite weapon because we could do the Super Soaker build. Or my second favorite aspect on the rail. Can't beat Hestia. Hestia will always be Bestia.
That must be someone else's aspect of the rail. Perhaps you did or said something to make it change its form. Though this could have been my doing as well.
All right, get ready for lasers and Hellfire, Kiwi.
There you go. Always trying to take all the credit for yourself. Well, the rail doesn't answer to you. It answers to me. And I've already figured out all the new stuff it can do.
Why is Eris the only one of Nyx's children that I can think of that has wings? What made her special to get wings? Oh, hold on. Whoa. So the thing I think that's coolest about this boss fight as a whole is the simple fact that Eris gets all of the, she gets several of the hammer upgrades that Aspect of Lucifer could get in Hades 1. I think it's just a cute little detail, but I really appreciate it. We are going to run out of magic very quickly with this sort of playstyle. It's interesting, she has an ability to just push us away. It doesn't do any damage, but it definitely is inconvenient.
Whoa, calm down.
As long as we have Poseidon's... Oh my goodness, wow, that did a lot. That did 30 damage. Okay, she hurts. She does hurt. Thankfully, we can very easily outrange her little projectiles and deal with them from a safe distance. That was unfortunate for you to just land right in front of that. We do have back attack improving our damage against Eris when on Lunar Ray, which is kind of nuts. Like, look at that backstab of damage. I think I'm gonna just stick to using my cast defensively because I kind of need to here. She's a little scary.
Really?
She does have a max range just like the Aspect of Lucifer did. I do not like all this Hellfire. But I can, oh, that's so funny. My special completely invalidates her Hellfire. That's great. Oh my goodness, that was not good. That was a lot of damage. Guess that's how it was, and it was rough. But just like base Eris, really the strategy for dealing with her is just stay behind her at all times and you're fine. Wow, that crit did 12, almost 1300 damage. That's kind of nuts. And honestly, even at base level, Poseidon's magic gain is doing work. It's actually doing great for us. I'm just gonna casually run away from the Hellfire and pop all of them. Boom, and boom. There we go, easy peasy. And now I just think we finish her with one casual crit right to the face, and bam.
Return to Shadow now?
All right, well, it was our first Rivals fight with her, and of course we're gonna lose a Death Defiance for that reason, I suppose.
Vanquished for the night.
Got our Testament too. Excellent, excellent. Say hello to a shark boar, I think? I'm not sure. Apparently chimeras are a thing here. A concerning thing. There actually, no, there is an enemy in this game called Chimera. I think it's the trident-wielding fishman from Oceanus. But all right, on to the Gates of Olympus. So we are very close to potentially getting Apollo's legendary. If he is kind to us, we very well may see that. I do feel though, as at this point, our biggest goal would probably be Apollo's legendary, and then the Zeus Hera duo. Those would be like the best possible outcomes for us. If I lock in Hera here, what can I stand to gain? Objectively speaking, Extended Family would probably be the best option for her base boons. Bridal Glow would be funny if it hit something good. It's probably not going to, but it certainly could. And then We already got her infusion, which was nuts. If we get all together though, like Hera's legendary, there's no way we could get that without a core boon from her, which we'd have to get a sacrifice offering. What is the requirement for her duo with Poseidon? Do we at least meet that? No, we need Ocean Swell. We need Ocean Swell from Poseidon to show up for that. Okay, then I think, is it better to just not take one of the God Keepsakes and hope that Poseidon shows up? Probably. Honestly, no matter which god shows up, I think we're eating good. Except for Ares. Ares is whatever. All right, so then that begs the question, who do I take instead? Chaos would be fun. Metallic Droplet is probably the best option, but I might save that for the final floor, frankly. Just so that we channel 20% faster. That sounds pretty solid for the way we're playing. You know what? I'll take Moonbeam. I want to try and get Path of Stars to be set it and forget it tier. If we do that, we're gonna have the most insane just drop like auto-firing turret sort of build, and I think we can make that work really well if we're lucky. Emphasis on if we are lucky. Really, you survive with really? You blocked that hit? Late. Just die already, jeesh. There we go. Okay, that was not as convincingly gamer as I would like it to have been. All right, we're gonna take the Selene here. Chaos was tempting, but I think we'll just take the Path of Stars, because the more Path of Stars we get offered, the better. Oh my goodness, did not need to take the hit from that. How did we only do 9 damage to that enemy? Does it get reduced damage when it's firing? That's kind of gross. Boom. All right, I need to charge up my Omegas while I still can. I don't know if the boons that make us our costs go up make the time it takes to, oh my goodness, charge go up as well. I don't think they do, but they very well might. You do not. We may not actually have much in the way of damage just yet, unfortunately.
Good.
Certainly not in large rooms where enemies are very mobile. All right, let's see. Do we have a set it and forget it? Pierces through foes. Oh no, are we not getting it offered this run? I don't think we're getting it offered this run. Oh, that's a shame. That's a right shame. Piercing and splitting are pretty solid though, so I guess I take it anyway. Well, let's see what we get. 40 power over the course of 1 second. Honestly, the armor might be best because then we can just sit still, and if we get hit, it's not the end of the world. I think I probably build around armor. Let's go for this first. Because we can instantly get that. So just which path do we take? 5% more damage, charges up automatically, 40 base damage, 5% damage, armor. Okay. Versus armor, and I think I'm gonna go this path because I want the armor. Even 10 armor goes a very long way here. And then more damage for the rest of the run, fires in a fan pattern, and on the off chance that we can get Pierce's foes, we'll get that as well. We'll start building towards that, I think. Yeah, I think that's fair. So let's get an extra bit of armor. 20 armor is only going to block 1 hit at this point in the run, so it's getting that extra 10 doesn't really matter, but it gets us 1 step closer to what we want. And we have no gold, so the gold room would be nice, but I'm going to take the palm and hope I can get it on magic gain, or flood gain rather. The nice thing about the special is it's very long range, so I can toss it out from a very safe distance and it'll just bounce to enemies. I just need to remember to recast it every now and again. Can we not? Can we? Preferably not. Would strongly encourage a not. The range on that moon array is pretty nuts, and with how fast we burn through magic, this feels pretty strong. This feels strong in the moment, at least. Okay. Do I really need to level up Flood Gain is the first question I have to ask, because we have pretty solid damage at this point. Ah, man, do I put it on Cut Above instead? Or honestly, Fine Line. No, Cut Above hits more often. Cut Above is the core of our damage. It would be pretty funny to have infinite magic, though. I feel like it's not worth it because we're going to let things sit for so long. I don't think I really need Flood Gain. So let's go ahead and put this on, I think, Cut Above, because it activates more than once.
That's better.
And then coin versus magic. I'll take the coin here. It'll let us afford a boon in the mid shop if we get offered one, and it'll let us afford the end shop for certain if not. Not sure how I missed all those attacks. Whoa, hello. They didn't miss. They didn't miss. Lesson learned. Ooh, that was a little spicy. This is getting a little bit too spicy for my sensibilities. All right, we do have Bird on the field, so we focus on dodging Bird. Bird cannot travel through walls, I believe. Yeah, Bird is just stuck, I think. I think Bird is hard stuck. Cool. We like play. Oh, whoa. At the last second, it angled differently. That was less the Bird was not stuck and more. More, I was just in the wrong place. I was thankfully still in the right place. So it looks like the mark is not consumed until the crit happens. But thankfully, we're guaranteed a crit, no matter what. We just have to make sure it's a crit that counts. More Ares or a hammer. I'm gonna roll this room and hope for another boss, or another god. Apollo, Hera, or Poseidon all would be really good.
No.
Mel disagrees, I guess.
You probably can't understand a word I say.
Objectively speaking, Apollo is probably the god we wanted to see most, or frankly, Poseidon for Oceanswell. Because we need Oceanswell to even get the legendary here. Try and keep Talos locked down as much as possible, and we can do a ton of damage. This is a little greedy. Oh, wait, whoop. Use the cast defensively there for safety reasons, so no Omega to spam, but critting for 900 on that Omega attack does feel pretty solid. It's probably the only happening for the wounds-based hit, so the very first hit that happens every 3 seconds. But we've got fairly solid damage. I'm hitting him from a safe distance here. The Lunar Ray, even if we can't set it and forget it, is still doing a ton of damage. And Poseidon is doing a hilarious amount of magic regen for us. I'd love to actually see the numbers at the end of a run. How much magic did you regenerate? It does look like this is going to be a slower run in terms of how fast we are going, clearing though. What do you give us? Extended family is not bad. Actually, hold on. Uncommon Grace is busted. Uncommon Grace is actually busted. Think about this. Because while none of your other boons are common and deal more damage, we have Hera's Infusion boon, which means none of our boons will ever be common. So we are just guaranteed permanent 15% more damage. That's actually disgustingly broken. If I compare that to Extended Family only affects fixed damage. So it affects Cut Above, which is a core of our damage, Fine Line it affects, but it doesn't affect all our other sources of damage. This is a universal damage buff, which is just incredible. Okay, I didn't even think that was an option.
Dead. Only witnesses.
All right, Hammer or Dionysus? I mean, can you blame me? It's Dionysus.
Everyone got everything you need? How about another drink? We're good on food?
All right, what have you got for us today? Let's give you a gift. I'm gonna remember to give at least one story room a gift today.
I don't wish to be just some ungrateful guest. I know you have your customs here, and I have studied them. So please, for all your cheer and generosity.
And I'm now realizing we never got his keepsake, which is one of the best keepsakes in the game, especially for speedrunning.
Whoa, this is nectar. It's the real thing. We could use every drop that we can get. Then here is something for my most distinguished guests, of which I have decided you are one.
One minor gripe I have with Dionysus in this game, and it's gonna be a really petty, small gripe, not a grape, he's got grapes, he's got plenty of grapes, is that in his sprite art here, he has 2 cups that he's holding, and in his 3D model, he's only holding 1 cup. The heck game, the heck game developer, Supergiant, you should have more polish than that. You have the salute system.
I'm most grateful, and wish I could stay for the festivities.
So we have just gotten the fig leaf.
You're a most gracious host.
Yeah.
Which is, again, insanely good.
What mirth remains upon the war-torn mountain of the gods apparently is concentrated here, where Dionysus, god of wine, plays host to his most favored retinue of revelers.
What does the fig leaf...
At least those satyrs aren't trying to slaughter me.
What does that fig leaf do that makes it so incredibly broken? It summons a disco ball into a random encounter. And that disco ball says no enemies will spawn. So you basically get a free room.
I think you should be able to come out now, as the greatest threats facing your mountain are gone for the most part. Well, granted there are vicious satyrs out there still.
There's a % chance it activates, and it can only happen, I think, once per floor. But if you equip the keepsake and then remove it, the effect persists until it's used all charges. There are absolutely runs where they just don't activate, and it feels bad when that happens, but Fig Leaf be busted for speedrunning.
Hey, easy with the satyr talk. It really isn't cool. You think my satyr friends here ever talk that way about us gods? What do you mean, greatest threats?
Not to mention it's great for high heat runs because every room you don't have to fight is a little bit more chance that you don't take damage.
Typhon, the father of all monsters. Kronos, the titan of time. The former utterly destroyed, the latter pacified. The war is over. Olympus is secure.
Sounds like a good opportunity. Sounds like a good opportunity to celebrate then.
The war is over? Hear that, everybody? The war is over! If that's not cause for celebration, I don't know what is. So grab a drink, take a dip, shake your hips, you know it, yeah!
Yeah! Dionysus gets it. All right, Reckless Abandon is not nearly as good as it sounds, although if we did get Hermes' boon, it would be pretty funny, but I don't want it. After each encounter, restore some HP if you took any in that encounter, up to 60%. Your Omega moves inflict hangover the first time they strike foes. Now, is this each Omega move? I mean, we're doing an Omega build, we need this. Bounce back would be objectively better, but we already have self-healing, so I feel pretty good about that. Also, again, appreciating the rubber ducky that we see in the water. Max magic or max HP? We definitely do not need max magic. We'll take the HP very gladly here. Could definitely use a little bit more in the way of survivability. We only have 118 base HP, which still, objectively speaking, is likely enough for most of the things we have to worry about until we get to Typhon and frankly, Prometheus as well, because I just always take damage from Prometheus. But yeah, we're scaling pretty hard right now. Oh gosh. We are also just face taking all of the damage because these guys do not give me a second to charge my Omega moves. Oh boy, getting out of there very quickly. That was just a little bit dicey. It's fine. Broke the armor, and now you just sit still and let us wail on you for free. In theory. There we go. Whew, scary. Glad we took the HP there. Or max HP. We did just get Moonbeam leveled up, so I think we'll be offered another Path of Stars if we get enough rooms. I don't think we're going to have enough rooms before we switch out our keepsake, but there's a chance. I don't know why I'm even looking at that max magic and thinking about it. There's no reason to take max magic at this point in the run. Kicking out the shielder enemy as soon as possible because they clearly are my biggest problem. And we have one more to deal with, but hopefully we can, yeah, backstabs. Backstabs on a shielder enemy are kind of by virtue of the nature of their mechanics required, but they sure do hurt as well. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any realistic way to get a backstab on Typhon. Just because of how he's positioned on the map, unfortunately, but I don't like your shields. I don't like your shields. Oh, hi, Athena. Good to see you. Guess you heard we saw your brother. Is Dionysus your brother?
Well met.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on which mythology you reserve yourself from. Technically, you are the spawn of Zeus's forehead for some reason. Vicious Strike, Blood Gain, or Supernova. 40% more base damage on the attack sounds probably the most ideal. Blood Gain is funnier, and Supernova is also kind of funny, haha. I'll take the attacks.
Strength of the gods.
And I'm going to remember to give you a gift too.
Huh. Try as I might to consider each possibility. Partaking of nectar in the midst of this conflict that we're in is quite unthinkable. Still, it's something to look forward to.
Objectively speaking, Athena's probably a lower priority for like giving nectar to as far as like chance-based gods go, mostly by virtue of we can always guarantee she shows up if I take strength card and use her keepsake.
If it's something to look forward to, then it's a greater gift than I thought. The idea of a sip of nectar while at peace. It does sound good.
All right, what do you have to say today?
We have achieved a monumental victory, cousin. Although the annihilation of one's enemies can be a serviceable outcome in war, surrender often is preferred. I trust the others have expressed their gratitude.
Kiwi, I just noticed her spear on the hoopy bit. There's an owl, and it's blinking. Her spear is alive, just like her shield that also blinks.
Yes, of course. And congratulations to you all, Lady Athena. My only regret is that the siege cannot immediately cease, given what's left to be done.
Abandon that regret, for the rabble that still plagues Olympus is nothing. As for Prometheus, though I am skeptical about his role in this new strategy, I have persuaded Father to go along with it for now.
I would still really like to know what Prometheus' story in this game is, and I hope that we will get it. It sounds like it's going to take a bit. All right, Righteous Peg. Whenever you use 90 magic, up to 3 foes are struck by spears from the heavens, dealing 200 damage. This may be, pardon me, the single best build to ever run Righteous Pike on. So I think never a better opportunity than now. As fun as Divine Dash or Mental Block would be for safety, Righteous Pike is just too funny to pass up here. We're gonna burn through magic so fast. I don't need more coin. More HP is delightfully welcome here. trying to hit that statue, but I guess I can't hit it when I'm landing. I guess there is collision, that makes sense, but lame. I do have to say, very lame. It does take a while for Omega attack to charge up. I would enjoy seeing a Hermes on this run at some point. That could potentially make up for our lack of casting speed. Definitely, if I ever run Momus again, I will try and not necessarily prioritize Hermes, but definitely take the Sorceress. The main reason I didn't take Sorceress is exclusively the fact that I did not really have a lot in the way of Arcana or Grasp to spare, and I'd rather have the things that we did get rather than...
All quiet.
The Arcana cards that I took for this run I definitely wanted, and I didn't want to give anything up in trade for the Sorceress. So it is what it is. We do not need more max magic. We'll take the shop, hope for a good boon. Or a palm. A palm would be fun too. Let's see what we get. But perchance, if we had all three, a boon, a palm, and HP. Oh, I guess we're still hanging out with Cersei then. All right, one palm. It's the dash. Are you serious? It hit the dash again. Completely worthless on the dash. I guess it makes us move faster. All right, Bridal Glow with its chance of hitting something silly. Of course, I think Extended Family is just too good to pass up here. It objectively boosts all of our damage, whereas this could hit the wrong thing. Watch it hit. If we take this, it's gonna hit the dash. You know it. I have been spurned by the fates too much this run to risk taking Bridal Glow that way. Lots of gold pots in here, 3 of them.
Agent of change. The monster Typhon is eliminated and my master certainly is not himself. Or rather, now he is. Many have said they knew you could do it, but only I truly did. Yet you know as well as I that we're not finished.
Prometheus, what is your endgame here? Please tell us more.
Kronos has surrendered, but here you still are, giving his remnant legions their orders. Decided to take matters into your own thieving hands, then?
Mel, you know this is according to plan. He's supposed to recreate the scenario. What are you on about?
That I decided long ago, when I gave myself to your Lord Uncle's chains. And I still oppose you, yes. For what you seek beyond, you shall find only through the flames of battle.
All right. Oh, shoot. That was avoidable. I just want to get my Omegas out, but I'll wait till Bird is gone, because Bird is annoying. Once the air puffs happen, you know Bird is done, so we leave. Whoop, hello. Well, this looks like a good chance to drop some laser on him. I wonder if point blank he takes hits from all of the lasers there. This is a good chance to get some free hits. Gonna bail out and start lasering. Oh, okay. Sure, why not? Ouch. Wait, did I have armor? I might have had armor there, so maybe that blocked the hit. I need to actually maybe get used to holding out the holding onto the full duration of the lunar ray because we use it so readily, or we have the armor to protect us.
Oh no.
2, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. Charge up the Omega attack for wherever he lands and hope that we're guessed correctly. You were kind of close. Wasted my regular cast there. This is probably a mistake. Thankfully, was able to dodge through that because that was a little dicey. We are out of magic, but we are very capable. Thought that was going to be his big angry AoE. I'm learning his timing. Once we have Vow of Frenzy on that goes to pot for sure. All right, Bird is despawned. 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3. Here we go. Charge up the Omega attack, Omega cast, Omega special, and just hope he kind of lands into all of it. He does not. He doesn't even try to humor us, and I let the bird hit me again. I think we're fine, honestly. If I play super safe here, I can just... Darn it, those enemies spawned right behind me, or that enemy specifically spawned right behind me. I should just let it despawn. There's no point in attacking it here. Athena's spears are doing some solid damage, I will say that. He's probably gonna use a big kick. I gotta be careful here. Nope, nope. Just shy of being enough for our lunar ray. Bird is on the field, so I probably shouldn't be doing this. Yep, there's the bird. The bird is the only thing that's hit us this entire fight. Actually, no, he did give us a really big flame kick earlier, but I think we've got him now. Bail out of here because I don't want to get hit by that. And you're done, son. You're done. You're done. Come on, come over here. Just come over here. You're done. Spooky, just a little spooky.
I knew I could not stop you. On the contrary, you needed to prevail.
But why? Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a mistake tell me why. I never wanna hear you say I want it that. Oh gosh, end it, end me, Kiwi. Did not need to bust out the Backstreet Boys out of nowhere for you. I don't think you even like grew up properly with Backstreet Boys. I mean, like you grew up in the age of Backstreet Boys, but you did not listen to them, as far as I'm aware. I would be alarmed if I found out that you were into boy bands as a kid, Kiwi. That would just be a complete and utter betrayal of expectations, if I'm being honest. All right, we said we were going to take Metallic Droplet for this fight. Do I still feel confident enough that that is the correct choice? No, I don't think it's... objectively speaking, I do not think Metallic Droplet is a particularly good keepsake, but I do feel like this is the run where if ever I was going to use it, it is the correct time to use it.
May you be well.
May you be well too, Sandpappy.
There you are, my girl. As you have faithfully retraced your path, now I, in turn, may shift you to a different sort of time in which a remnant of the monstrous Typhon yet looms large over this very place. Ready?
Send it.
Not quite. Shall this go much like at my father's house? The way you conjured up a vision of a time that could have been?
If all proceeds as planned, then yes. I shall create a shift as you depart. Seek that monster and do battle, so that we may yet eliminate even the possibility of him.
No Typhon allowed.
Very well, then.
All right. I can't salute you here. Okay, fair enough.
See you later.
On to the summit. All right, I'm feeling pretty strong on this build. And, oh my goodness, is that a whole bunch of gold? No, it's not. The yellow coloration, the yellow tinting from the time warping effect made all those pots look like gold pots, and I was excited because I assumed I was about to get like another 30, 40 gold. Oh well, we actually do not have a lot in the way of money just yet, so hopefully we solve that problem sooner than later. Oh, yeah, I really do wish I had some channel speed up, even if I do have the Hermes keepsake going. I do need to be mindful that Hermes keepsake does have a duration limit of, what is it, 200 seconds, which is how long actually? 200. Oh, hold on. 200. Shoot, I still got hit despite everything. 200 seconds. How long does that last? I have to do math while fighting. That's just over 3 minutes. There is Apollo. There is Selene, but between the two, we know what we need to get. We need to get Apollo. This is your best chance to give us exactly what we want. I'm begging you, Apollo. I'm begging you, Apollo. Grant me my due reward. Frankly, I'm not owed anything by you, but it would be really, really, really cool if you don't mind. If you don't mind, just be a cool dude. Because we already know you're a pretty cool dude. I mean, being the sun and all, that's about as cool as you could get, frankly. Like, I mean, objectively speaking, you would melt the flesh off of anyone who touched you. But if we're not making faceticism, if we're not making fun of the fact that you are objectively the sun, I don't even know where I'm trying to go with this, Kiwi. Just Apollo, be a cool dude. Be a cool dude. Laser beam! Whoop, hello. There we go. Okay, that was, relatively speaking, a clean fight for these guys. Our damage is scaling real hard. We've gotten a lot of good damage up boons.
Your father shall be hearing about this.
All right. Apollo, please. Come on. We did not get it. This very well may be the chance to toss out some rerolls, though. I think it is. Just confirming one last time that we are set for either a duo or his legendary. We do have his legendary. We do not have his duo with Hera. We do have Beach Ball, but I don't want Beach Ball. Beach Ball is silly. We do not have... Cutting Edge, okay, so Cutting Edge I'd be okay with. Let's roll.
Something else.
And there it is, Kiwi. We've finally got it. Your Omega attack and Omega special fire 2 times, but use 30 more magic. We can easily stomach that with Poseidon's magic gain.
The foul brood of storm-bringing Typhon crawl through the growing cracks in the stonework of the Fortress of the Gods, as though to shake the mountain to its very core.
Now, important question.
Just watch my step.
Does this work with Momus? Oh my goodness, 70 magic. It doesn't work with Momus. It's only on the initial cast. That's so lame. That's so disappointing, but it's still funny because now we are shooting 4 Omega attacks and 4 Omega specials every time we use either. So we do a lot of damage. Goodbye, very bulky enemies. Just immediately pop. I think we have incredible single target DPS as well as AoE now. Like, our base damage is... the other funny thing is, like, again, our Omega special bounces, which just is really, really funny. And we have crit chance. Okay, there's Poseidon. Poseidon could offer us Ocean Swell. There's a chance we could still see a Hera boon in the final shop. Let's do this. We have rerolls. We can get what we want. Oh, let's not dash into that immediately and take unnecessary damage. You're gonna start with your big chompy chomp. I'm gonna just avoid you for now. Cross out this. All right. Oh, he's gonna stand still for us. This is gonna be. Hold on. Do you take enhanced? Come on. You take enhanced damage like this. I can't tell if all three were hitting him at once, but still. Oh, let's not charge in the middle of a big AoE from the enemy. Look at our laser just. Okay, I do believe. Okay, I don't think that counted as backstab, so maybe it didn't work. But I do have a suspicion that the laser does. Yeah, I do think the laser consolidates. So if we hit all three beams, we're doing extra damage, which means Typhon is going to have a really bad time if I don't even need to point blank him, honestly, because he's such a big guy. Typhon is like maximum size dude. I was concerned I was going to get hit by that. I'm lucky I did not. I am feeling the lack of. I am now feeling the mana consumption. Maybe we did need to level up Poseidon's mana gain a little bit, but I think we're still fine. It's like we just do this and we're free, and then we just toss out Lunar Beam, a Lunar Ray, and there goes another boss. Our single target DPS is insane right now. Okay, this is a great build. This is a really fun build. Where are we on the Hermes keepsake? Do we still have it? Oh, we've almost used it up entirely. Unfortunate.
Have you yet come to know Golden Apollo, niece? He's so well known and loved among the mortals that he had no choice but to involve himself in our most recent family affair, bending to mortal pressure like a bow. Ha!
Beach ball is funny, I guess, but not really what I want.
Come now, Uncle. I don't yield to pressure quite so easily. I just knew this situation would be more than you could handle on your own. We're not just family, we're a team, aren't we?
There's no I in God or team, as it turns out. Ocean Swell. Oh, Kiwi. Oh, Kiwi. This isn't actually. Wait, it wasn't Ocean Swell that I wanted. I guess I mixed it up with a different move. But at the same time, it is a prerequisite for his duo with Hera. The move, the boon that I actually did want, that I was thinking of, was Geyser Spout. There we go, Geyser Spout. Your Omega Cast gains 150 power. It's kind of nuts for a build like this. A shame we didn't get it, but honestly, Ocean Swell, we're using even more max magic. It's probably fine. Probably. And now we have the end shop. If Hera shows up here, there is a chance. All right, place your bets. Do we get the Hera? We can't afford her if she's 450 though.
Lord Hermes.
We have a mystery boon and that's it. Any gold pots over here? Doesn't look it. I know there are some more pots over here. You can't fool me. Nope, no gold. Okay. Oh, I hope that's a Hera. I'm gonna do it now. Let's go.
You found me.
Oh, I guess he could offer the two. I realized at the last second Poseidon could offer it too. We had a 50-50 shot. We did get it. Ripple effect. The effects from Fine Line and Ocean Swell have a chance to fire 2 times at 30%. It's also a fated choice. We are full build. I don't think there's much more I could have asked for on this build. Obviously, there are other things that enhance our Omegas, but we just have a very silly build going. Let's take the max HP. Let's take this HP, let's take the armor. We are so darn set for Typhon. 224 HP, 40 armor, a stack to the wazoo build. Let's go.
Wait, is Typhon gone, or isn't he? Because there's been no sign of him, but now Gramps has these little time pockets, and once we go in, it's like Typhon never left.
Typhon is gone. We're just bringing him back every time we go into one of those time rifts.
That's more or less a way to understand it, but how are you even here? I didn't realize Grandfather was sending others through. Do you even know how to get back?
I run fast enough, I can get back. Gramps also left the others with the means to get us out, and we're keeping a close eye on him. I better take a look around.
So basically, he's like the Flash, because I'm pretty sure the Flash can canonically run so fast he can travel through time too.
Careful out there.
Time travel shenanigans is a mixed bag of writing difficulties. All right, let's watch what happens to Typhon. I think we are going to melt this Titan.
Remember me?
All right, we'll start with dropping the Omega Special and Omega Attack, and then drop the Omega Cast so we can use it as a dodge, and then watch the laser beams just look at his HP. Oh my goodness, 4k damage from Lunar Ray. Oh, our damage is disgusting. And he's phased, oh my gosh. Our damage is disgusting. All right, I just need to line up my Omega Attack so that I can hit as many things as possible, and then this build is insane. Chin Slam coming out, was ready for it. Omega attack, Omega special. Lays the beams of death and destruction. I'm sure Zeus is gonna show up any second now and be like, it's me, I'm Zeus, I was here last time too. It's me, I'm Zeus, I was here last time too. How did I know he was gonna say that? All right, oh, I don't need to hold anything back. Do you see our damage, Zappy Pappy? We are insane. Boom, 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 boom. 3,600 damage. Like, imagine if we got the other Path of Stars that just upped our damage even more. Even Mel is complaining that he's immediately leaving. Unless she's talking about Zeus. I am once again getting Zeus and Poseidon, or oh my gosh, Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon mixed up. They would be so mad at me if this was like, if they were like listening in. I'm just gonna save my Omegas for when he's back in the field because I don't want to waste the free damage. I don't care if I get hit here. I'm just gonna do this. I have armor. It doesn't even matter. It like literally didn't even matter that I took a hit there. Oh, hello. Just barely dodged that. What an insanely strong build. I don't think I'm gonna have a build like this again for some time. All right, we've got our... I'm gonna take the hits. I don't care. And laser beam! That was disgusting. I can't wait to see the... I can't wait to see the damage chart. What did the most damage? I think it was probably cut above, but if not our Omega attack, I was gonna be my bet. But Omega special also was just like shredding things, and we had fine line. Oh, what a build! What do we get? Okay, okay. Cast actually did the most damage. I'm genuinely surprised by that, because I do think they separate Omega Cast from regular Cast. I would assume, but I guess all those swords dropping and all the enhancements to the base damage, but Fine Line Fine Line outperformed cut above. I'm genuinely surprised by that. Or whatever. I mean, very balanced. I would actually be curious to see our other most damaging moves because I bet right here is cut above. But what a fun run. What a crazy build. Definitely went long to theory craft it, but like, I don't mind a long episode if I had fun recording it, you know? That's the whole point of this channel is, again, like I said before, it helps Kiwi fall asleep, and if I can't sleep, it gives me something to do. It's great for both of us, but we completed our first ever 8-year run. Let's see, aspect of Momus. I think what we honor is, even if Sword Ring was the DPS king, I don't think I'm going to honor it because it still just is funnier to see what this build was doing. Shimmering Moonshot made our special hit twice. Momus made our special fire 3 times. And then we got exceptional talent. Your special fires 2 times. Your Omega special, your Omega attack, your Omega special and your Omega attack fire 2 times. Crazy. Then we had Ocean Swell. Then we had, where is it? Fine Line, where are you? Ocean Swell. And then Extended Family was also really funny here. Drunken Stupor was whatever, but it was doing extra damage, so I should consider it. Ripple Effect, Cut Above, Fine Line, Fine Line. Why can't I find line? Find line, fine line, fine, fine. I am fine, line. There we go. Crazy run, really fun run. Highly recommend this build as hard as it might be to pull off. The baseline is Momus, Apollo Legendary, Ripple Effect. Get those things, and you're having a great run. You're having a real fun run. Everything else around it was just icing on the cake, and it was a delicious cake. But all right, let us go do our Olympus roundup, our Crossroads conclusion, and call it an episode. I am going to go to the bathroom after this, and I am going to do a whole bunch of cleaning.
It worked.
Both in and outside of the bathroom for context. I'm going to make our living space look way more livable, and that's going to feel really good for both of us, Kiwi. So look forward to that. Look forward to that indeed. Again, amazing job on our tea organization. You did such a good job of clearing off that counter.
Grandfather with the king and queen.
Granddaughter.
Grandmother, grandfather, Zappy Pappy, Angry Mom Lady, Golden Sun Boy, and Melly Melonway. Belgian Melanois have all reunited for a family. Oh my goodness, my voice. Can you tell that I've been recording for just over 2 hours straight? Because I think that voice crack just gave it all away. Can I not talk to you? All right then. Apollo. Okay, I only have the option of talking to you guys. Fair enough.
Do you see, my son? Although the Typhon with whom you already clashed is gone, there could have been certain circumstances under which he remained. One fewer now, of course.
And how many of these circumstances are there, would you say, Father? For we cannot expect Melinue to battle to our mountaintop for all eternity.
That's kind of you to say, Zeus, but I almost don't believe it when you say it.
Speaking of which, welcome again, my dear. We were just having ourselves a bit of a chat with your grandfather. We've not decided what to do with him as yet, you see.
Oh, hello, granddaughter. I had assured the king and queen that you would be victorious again, for you have been victorious before. Thank you for validating my theories.
Oh, you're welcome. King Zeus, Queen Hera. I can attest these possibilities of Typhon do appear to exist, having just found one with Grandfather's assistance and eradicated it.
Typhon is closer to a shade of himself now. The possibility of his dominion over Olympus has grown faint, and fainter still with each of your successes. But how many are required, I unfortunately cannot calculate.
By the nature of roguelites and what I know about Hades 1 with the random number generator, I think it's 999,999. But it may have been in the millions, in which case it's 9,999,999. I only go based on the random boon generator, where you can put in a number and lock in boons and starting rooms based on that.
And why not? Perhaps if we persuaded you sufficiently, Titan, you'd be inclined to answer in a more straightforward way.
And how would you persuade him, dare I ask? Also, if he doesn't know, he can't give you a real answer.
I have but recently learned of these possibilities myself. Time is flowing freely forth for the most part. My granddaughter merely can ensure that there are no obstructions of concern. At her convenience, of course.
Yeah, if I don't feel like playing, I don't have to play, I guess.
And I would see to that, however long it takes. By your leave, of course, O King and Queen. I ask that you permit Grandfather to carry on. Thus far, he's been true to his word.
We do have something suitable for you in mind, Father, but due to matters of security, our palace henceforth is to be sealed off. Melinue, perhaps when your mother resumes her yearly travels here, you may come visit again.
We've been such awful hosts to you, my dear. We never intended for any of this to occur. But we have pledged you our support before, and you shall have it for as long as you require. Even if we bicker over it now and again.
I was about to say, this is probably the first bit of dialogue in a while where Hera has not talked down to us, and I maintain that position, but I do like that she's still kind of talking down to her family a little bit, even if we bicker over it now and again. And I wonder if she's also saying that to us a little bit too.
Fare you well.
I do like the idea of saying, well, we'll let you visit when your mom visits, which also implies that Persephone's too busy with the underworld cleanup to actually come visit. Which means, Snowmam? Snowmam is probably very sad about that, and there's been a lot of winter, I bet.
We did it, Grandmother. You fought so hard for me, for all of us. But it must be difficult to see Kronos again.
Speaking of which, it is absolutely snowing a ton outside right now. I think we've already gotten like 2 inches. Great.
I shall not dignify him with so much as a passing glance, Melinue. The Titan would have reached a different end were it for me to decide, but I'm grateful that the outcome was not worse.
I suppose I should be very thankful that I went grocery shopping yesterday at the behest of Kiwi's request. I definitely wouldn't have wanted to go today.
From what I gathered, this may be farewell for a while, at least face to face. I'll still be seeing you most nights, if you'll be able to keep aiding me by boon.
Oh, she most certainly will.
Of course. And there shall come a time again when your mother shall be visiting us half the year. Perhaps then you may come along, once every few seasons at least. Oh, and here, to keep you warm.
Alchemy learned.
Mother, is this for me? Thank you.
Shimmering ambrosia. Okay, so apparently we unlocked the ability to craft ambrosia from completing the main story and then the extra 2 runs. That's cool.
We ought to be feasting in your name as far as I'm concerned, Sunshine. No sign of Dionysus still, and our new guest has drawn most of the attention. Soon we also won't be letting anybody in from the outside.
Don't worry, we've found Dionysus. He gave us a fig leaf. I hope it's not the one he used to wear. That would be a problem. I would be very uncomfortable if that is where it came from.
It's all right, cousin, as I'm not much for feasting anyhow. And we do need to find a place for this grandfather of ours. Do you know what Lord Uncle Zeus has in store for him?
You know, having just started to play Katamari, I can also acknowledge, like, Dionysus and the King of all Cosmos are definitely matching a certain aestheticism, or a certain, I don't know, some people would probably call it a perk of the way of their genetics, I guess. I don't know, man.
Not entirely, but my impression is he's sending Kronos back into the underworld, to Lord Hades. Apparently they've reached some sort of bargain. So, you truly think our grandfather has changed?
This is a really weird question that has popped into my head, but Kiwi, do you think that gods have genes? And I don't mean like the pants, I mean like genetic genes.
I think he has a different outlook on things, yes. As for me, sounds like I may not be able to return anytime soon. This place truly is beyond compare, and with each visit, you've made me feel welcome. Thank you for that and everything.
Oh, come on, it's all of us who should be thanking you, and quite profusely, I should add. Anyhow, not like this is a permanent farewell. I'll keep in touch by Boone, alright?
And we'll send Nectar your way eventually, I promise.
Alright.
Also, from the looks of it, I think Hera is wearing shoes. Perhaps as is Demeter? I think she is wearing shoes. I see like a line on her feet. So are you guys wearing socks? I really need to know.
It sounds like I may not be visiting again anytime soon, so thank you all. And please let the others know I wish them well. Let's keep in touch by Boone.
It really is a right darn shame that we don't see any of the other core gods up here during our visits to Olympus. I really wish we did. I would have liked to see a 3D model for Hestia so I could give her a literal hug.
Return to Shadow now.
Oh, did you see that? She did a little peace pose there. That's really cute. That's really cute. We did the win, so we strike the victory pose. V for victory.
After another.
All right, Phrynos.
Shall we go again, Phrynos? Perhaps we're dealing with infinite possibilities.
That we are, Mel, that we are.
The memory of your reunion, committed to canvas in such a beautiful way.
This is a really nice photo. I'm very happy they made this. They did something similar in Hades 1, and I appreciated it there too.
As fate would have it, how fares your effort to cleanse all of the disorder Kronos wrought? I trust this new task doesn't fall solely to you.
Yeah, I pick up after Eris every now and again, usually when she's not looking because I don't like her seeing it happen.
Oh, everybody's pitching in, even Kronos, my grandfather. You heard what happened to him, right? His new self seems more tolerable than before.
Death to Kronos, to his old self. I don't know how you managed it, Princess. Perhaps not even my sisters could know such a thing, wherever they may be.
We ought to find where they've been exiled, and I don't think Kronos can simply tell us. What about you? Perhaps enough has changed that you can locate them somehow.
I often search the void where you and I first met, since the Fates would sometimes go there too. But it's a vast place.
We'll keep searching.
All yours.
So something that I didn't point out in the last episode, or I guess not the last episode, but the episode prior, was the song that Artemis is singing here. I'm pretty sure is the same song that they sang duet with Apollo in the end credits.
I'll just clean this up.
I'll admit it, Apollo had a lot to do with this one, but I still like it. And it reminds me of how we all got to soar together through the sky.
Never mind. Never mind, it's a different song. It is a different song. That makes sense. But there were parts that sounded similar, I will say that. Yeah, it's a different song. We'll come sing with her at the end of the episode.
Oh, what gives? The adamant rail's back to normal. I must have hit a hidden switch on it or something, but it doesn't even work here, let alone transform.
Take the hint, Eris. You may be the bearer of the rail for the time being, but it doesn't answer to you alone. Even if it lets you aim and shoot.
Yeah, the true bearer of that rail is Hestia in the hands of Jeff.
If only it let me aim and shoot right now. You better not be behind this trouble. Or if you are, you change it back. I liked it more the other way.
It can hear you, you know.
Eris, for what it's worth, you had the third best rail in Hades 1. For my personal preferences, most people would consider yours the best, but
Moonlight guide us.
No one needs to know that. We salute you, O Vanquisher of the Father of all monsters, from Aphira. Oh, okay, so some of the shades that we saved now show up here. That's cute. That's really cute. I like that. I will say Oh, everyone's talking at me. I will say, as far as ending theme songs go, I really did like In the Blood a bit more, but don't get me wrong, I do absolutely appreciate this song too. It's a banger, and I talked over it entirely through that entire episode. Oh, hey, Nyx.
I see you all appear to be pursuing your responsibilities with diligence. Each child of mine a valuable asset to the Witch of the Crossroads in my absence.
Perhaps you could appreciate your children as more than assets. I feel like a lot of Nemesis's mommy issues here might be born of that.
Whatever she says goes, Mother. We did what we could.
He definitely seems a little pouty right now about this interaction.
And Hypnos, He was here throughout this whole ordeal as well. Be certain to pay due respect to Hecate. You may remain here for the time, so long as more is to be done, and that you all continue to cooperate. Are we understood?
Of course, Mother. We cooperate here all the time.
Yes, Nemesis is the epitome of cooperation in this game.
Of that I am now certain. But I cannot remain to see it with my own eyes, for the realm has need of me below. Farewell, and may darkness guide you where moonlight cannot.
I do hope at some point that we get some dialogue between Nyx and Eris. I would be very curious to see what they have to say to each other.
Bye, Mother.
Bye, Goth Mommy Darkness. Alright, let's see. I don't think I have anything I want to buy just yet, and we're still waiting on that moon dust for another run.
Lest you be tempted otherwise, do keep the details of what transpired at the House of Hades closely guarded, such as what you now recall. Rumors of your command over dreams and time may spread, but not the truth.
Well, it's a shame that I might have just given the whole story to Odysseus in a couple episodes ago.
Because we achieved what should not have been possible. But all these memories I've gained, perhaps I can tell you more about them sometime at least, and others with whom I'm close.
That would be nice. I think that would be nice for Hecate. Well, it might be complicated. It would definitely be complicated.
Perhaps eventually. Though for now, discretion's the priority by will of Night herself. You are saved some complicated explanations in so doing as well.
It's not so complicated. I learned to chop onions with Achilles, and I painted my nails with Dusa, who I don't even know where she put the nails. Did maybe she?
Certainly true.
Maybe she paints her snake's fangs. That would be cute. That would be cute. Impractical. Probably tastes terrible.
Another possibility.
All right, we've got a lot of stuff that we've unlocked and can't actually do anything with. I really need more cattails. I should send a underworld run and hope that I find some seeds. Doesn't seem like there's anything we can get, but we can now make ambrosia. Not that I'm going to be able to at any capacity for a while, because we don't need that. We just need to spend nectar at this point. I think that's it for here. All right, let's go say goodnight to Skelly and figure out what our next run is going to be. This episode has gone on far long enough. It is time to call it night. Okay, we are finally having our second black coat run. Let's see. Aspect of Selene. Here we go.
Aspect of Selene.
Shine like the moon, kiddo.
Aspect of Selene. I'll read about it next episode, but I can at least read the flavor text. You start with Skyfall, a hidden hex that strikes multiple foes and applies shine. Which other strengths and mysteries does she in her bright chariot withhold? Alright, Kiwi. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next one for some more Hades 2.
So dark.
That's because Nyx was visiting. Bye!